What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. Well, once again, True Raw was correct. I told you that this was going to happen. I told you, what was it now? 11 days ago now? When was election day? 11, 12 days ago? Whatever the case may be. November the 5th? So yeah, 11 days ago, when Trump was at 50... I think at the time he might have been like at 52% of the popular vote. She was at 46%, 47%. I told you then, when everybody was saying, "Oh, the Democrats have 20 million fewer votes than last time. This is proof of fraud. Only 120 million people voted. What happened to the other 40 million that voted last time?" And all that. I said, "Wait a minute, man. It takes a while to count all the votes. Now the election will be determined, for the most part, on election day, election night, at usually maybe at the latest the next day, although we did have 2020, it took until that Saturday. But generally speaking, it takes a while to count all of the votes, in particular in California and New York and New Jersey. It takes a while. For whatever reason, it takes forever for them to count all the votes. And I said, since California especially is very liberal, the odds are that Kamala Harris's percentage of the popular vote will begin to grow. Trump's popular majority will shrink, and that's what's happened. Remember, he was up by like 5 million votes. I think it was 5-6 million votes. Now it's down, as you can see, to under 3 million. It's about, 2.7 million votes. Now, I believe he's going to still finish ahead of the popular vote, but it's going to be closer. I don't know what the final margin is, but as you can see, he's now officially fallen under 50%. Now, is that of any importance? In my opinion, no, because if he still finishes with more votes than Kamala Harris, which is still probable, that in itself is a minor miracle, considering that the consensus was the Republicans can no longer win the popular vote. Now, he's going to still get a plurality, I still think. He's going to get more votes than Kamala, but I don't know. It's hard to say, because the outstanding votes in California that are coming in are, for the most part, from heavily Democratic areas. Now, look, I'm not talking about the election. The election is over. The election is over. Any Democrat talking about, we need to recount, hey, that's bullshit. That's cap. But for bragging rights, it's a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's a possibility the popular vote, the victory for Trump, may be negligible. Maybe 1 million, may end up being a little bit under 1 million. You know what I'm saying? But I said this was going to happen. So what you have now are a bunch of Democrats who are saying, well, this proves there was no mandate for Trump, and that a majority of Americans voted against Trump, right? That's pretty much how they're spinning it, which is infuriating to me, because the Democrats did everything they fucking could to block third-party candidates off of the ballots. I think they blocked Cornel West from like 23 states. You know what I'm saying? And they did that because they know that the vast majority of third-party candidates will, if anything, siphon votes away from the Democrats or Kamala Harris. So that's why they did that shit. That's why they, they actually sued to keep candidates off the ballots in several states, in particular swing states. Hell, even in New York. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump were the only candidates on the ballot. The only other option was to write in candidates, and 100,000 voters wrote in other people because in protest of the fact there was only two candidates on the ballot. I can't ever recall when New York State only had two candidates on the ballot, which doesn't make sense really, because you would think New York is a safe Democratic state. But that tells you the Democrats have no interest in democracy, you know? But yeah, also to the Republicans, I said it was cap about 40 million votes being missing. She's 20 million votes behind Biden. I said that was cap. She's going to finish under Biden's total. She underperformed, but it was really a matter of Democrats not coming out and voting for her, rather than a whole bunch of illegals not voting, whatever the crap it was. What was it? 20 million illegals are missing, or that's whatever. At the end of the day, right now, I think it's 153 million votes have been counted. There's probably something around 2 million votes to be counted in California. Nationally, it might be through another million plus to be counted. So altogether, it's going to probably be around 156 million people that voted in this election. That's just a little bit down from the 158 million from last time. So the vote is down slightly. It's not way down by 20, 30, 40 million. I said that was bull. I've been proven correct, you know. But it does look like this Kamala Harris is going to flip Bucks County. Previously, it looked like Trump had won Bucks County in Pennsylvania, but it looks like as the votes are still being tabulated, she's going to flip that county, but it's all for naught. The state's been decided. That state's 19 electoral votes are going to go to Donald Trump when they officially convene in December. Trump's the president, you know what I'm saying? No matter how much they keep trying to spin it, he got elected. And even if it's not a popular vote landslide, which it definitely will not be, at this point, the Democrats still got to concede that nobody really anticipated Trump winning the popular vote anyway. And that's just to prove my point. The Republicans have such a battle winning the popular vote because of how heavily Democratic California and New York are. You know, even with this great red trend that we've seen nationwide, where I think every state except for Utah trended red, even Washington, D.C. trended red slightly. Even with that, there's such a built-in Democratic advantage. I think overall it's going to be 16 million votes cast in California. Right now, I think she has something around 50. I think she's around 59% of the vote in California. Trump's at 38, 39%, which is great, but not by California standards. Since Biden won California by like 30 points, 65-35, that's her home state. But still, there's 16 million votes casted. So that's such a disadvantage for Republicans to try to run up the score nationally outside of those two states. So the fact that Trump's still going to come out more than likely ahead in the popular vote means that this still was a red wave. Outside of California and New York, I think Trump beat her in the popular vote something like 54-46. So this was still a red wave election, you know. It's just that those two states skew the popular vote total so much. But anyway, just wanted to bring this to your attention because you might start seeing this talked about on MSNBC and CNN. Oh, Trump didn't have a mandate. He lost the popular vote, which is spin. Just want to put that out there. Tell me what you guys think.